right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crete. This is a real pleasure and a real honor, both for Yanis and for me, to welcome you here to IGLC 25, to LC3 2017. We've been preparing this for a very long time. We've hosted the computing conference over the past few days, the industry day yesterday, and now we finally get to begin with IGLC 25. We're going to make a short welcome, and then we'll begin with the first plenary session. But we have quite a few details and issues to go through. So as you can see, we put together LC3 by co-locating, although not at the same time, the 34th CIBW 78 IT and Construction Conference, the 17th Conference on Construction Applications of Virtual Reality, and the 25th Annual Conference of the IGLC. We also had summer schools over the weekend, a big summer school and a lead summer school, with some 45 students who presented, first separately and then together. We held the Lean and Limb Industry Day yesterday, which had over 100 participants. And really, I guess our goal in bringing all of these groups together was to try to maximize the value for you all. And indeed, many have stayed for the full 8 days. One of the things we've tried to do is to adopt some of the practices of other conferences and have some learning from other organizations about how we can optimize that value. And so as you can see, I think we've done a reasonable job in having the track chairs, the area chairs, very much involved as associate editors, if you like, and they've done a lot of work in putting together the papers. Very focused review, and although you can already download the full proceedings from the website, and all the papers are available through the guidebook, we will give you the opportunity, if you identify any error in the proceedings, to correct them over these 3 days, and then we will produce the final copy of the proceedings. All the papers are open access, and in fact, as we speak, they're all available already on IGLC.net. And for that, we mainly have to thank Froda Drevland, who I don't see right now. So, thank you, Froda. We have DOI numbers for all of the papers. We've registered a cross-ref, and they will all be live on Wednesday. We have video proceedings going up on YouTube. The reason I'm behind the podium and not walking around, right now at least, is that we have a camera here in front, and we will upload the session right after it. So if you miss anything, if the pool is too attractive, then you can catch up right afterwards through the guidebook on YouTube, and you will see everything. We have 2 special issues, one in Advanced Engineering Informatics, and one in the ASC Journal of Construction Engineering and Management. And for that, we have to thank Marcus Koenig and Thais Alves. They will each be sending invitations to 20 authors, or 20 papers authors, very soon to invite them to those special issues. Okay. We've tried quite hard to make sure that all the papers will indeed be presented. And so to the best of our knowledge, we shouldn't have any gaps within the presentations. So we hope that will be the case. I think for the first time, we actually have an IGLC, a Best Paper Award, and a Best Graduate Student Paper Award. These are top secret at this point. And we will award them at the gala dinner on Wednesday evening. They come along with, I think, a very generous cash prize sponsored by Ben. Okay, I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you. So the total number of submissions across both conferences exceeded 300, and we had over 160 that were submitted for the IGLC. Of those what you see in the final proceedings ended up at about 70% or 112 papers. Here during the presentation, we've tried to have today more focused on kind of a one-track, one-conference experience with plenary sessions throughout the day today, covering 12 papers. Then we have 18 posters in the afternoon today, and 82 papers will then be spread across parallel sessions this afternoon, or the next 2 days. Over 300, and I heard that number is now over 330 across both conferences, more than 40 countries, just about half of them from representing countries from Europe. We have very good showing from students. About 40% of the attendees are students, and the IGLC represented just about half of the conference. So one of the things that we were hoping is that we'd have a more or less equitable split between the effort between the two conferences, and it worked out about that way. They had over 40 at the summer school, nice attendance at the industry day and the innovation, and as Raphael mentioned, we also have a couple of prizes coming up. Just to give you a kind of a feeling for the breakdown by tracks, so you can see here the number that we ended up with each of the tracks, and people, culture, and change this year wins the bell round for by far the largest number of submissions. That's the primary reason why we chose that track for our session 3 as a plenary today, to pull out one of the tracks from, or one of the sessions from one of the tracks to have across the whole. Our first 2 sessions today are split more among the across the different tracks, and were selected by recommendations from the area chairs for what they consider to be papers that would be of most interest to the whole group. Yeah.
Okay, some general things. All of our sessions are here as in the conference center. Today we'll be in this room, and for the next couple of days will be this room plus 2 rooms in the back. I don't know if you've seen the walkway that will take you there, Thalia and Polinia. Between these 2 rooms there's a small room which is provided as a business center. If anybody wants to work on their presentation before they present, or quickly check up on something, that's the right room to be in, so you're not disturbed. The registration desk, the tea and coffee breaks, is all in the lobby right outside. Lunch is something we provide at the main restaurant. The main restaurant is simply walk through the lobby and then take a left-hand turn before you exit for the swimming pool. We don't provide breakfast, dinner today and tomorrow, so for these things please make your own arrangements. Your badge is your ticket to everything. Please have your badge with you during lunch, when we're going to the folklore night, and all of these kinds of events. Wear it, please don't lose it. It's also your business card. All your business card information is stored in the QR code. So if you simply want to exchange contact details with someone, just ask them to use their QR reader on your code. The stickers on your badge signify what you've registered for. So for example, IGLC is green, LC3, the entire package is orange, and so on and so on. I'd like you to check that you have the right sticker on your badge, because it represents what you've actually registered for. Wednesday's folklore night dinner is going to be at a small village called Rodia, which is a little bit west of Heraklion. It's going up on the mountain of Psiloritis at quite some altitude. We will be leaving at about 6 o'clock, so we're hoping that you can all be at the lobby by 5:45 to give us 15 minutes to load up all the buses to get there. If you want to drive separately, that's fine. Please ask the registration desk for driving directions. It's a really nice place up there. It's an amazing view of the Aegean Sea. The food that's served, I don't like the word non-touristic. I like the word unpopular, Cretan food, to signify something that you're not going to find in many places, even if you try to find a restaurant like that yourself. The menu is fixed, and it includes also vegetarian dishes for those who are vegetarians. The entertainment will have Cretan music and dances, and interestingly enough, the main music player is actually a second cousin of mine. I mean, we're all related here. It's a small island. Tomorrow afternoon, we will have a tour to the Lasithi Plateau. For that, we will be leaving at exactly 2:30 from the conference center, right outside. What we'll be doing as part of that is visiting a legendary cave, which is, mythologically placed to be the place of birth of Zeus. It's an interesting location because the bus can only go so far, and the rest, 20 minutes walking distance up the mountains, you have to do on foot. So I hope you're physically fit to hike a mountain for 20 minutes, and that you will be dressed appropriately for that. On the way back, we will see the entire Lasithi Plateau up high, the windmills, and if the time allows, we will visit the pottery maker and give you a chance to make some of your own pottery. Our hope is to get you all back by 9:30, so that if you have dinner arrangements, you can go and have dinner afterwards. Optional tours, highly recommended. Of course, be ready for them, bring sunscreen, water, comfortable shoes. If you haven't booked, please talk to the registration desk for details. The end of today, I think, is the deadline for signing up. The prices are on the website, and again, it's a popular tour, so please don't wait. Sorry you missed the volleyball match. It was a very interesting game we had last Saturday, with actually quite a lot of players signing up. Eventually, I think we had, it was like 4 or 5 teams? Yeah, it was quite interesting, and it was quite a tough competition out there. Did we have any best players, or do you remember? Okay. Anyway, very interesting competition. For the venue here, the hotel has told us that the attire is no swimsuits and flip-flops at the lobby and the restaurant area. Of course, everywhere else, by the pool, you can wear them. For this conference, maximum is smart casual. Please, no suits and ties. So anywhere in between is nice and comfortable. Wi-Fi is available everywhere and nowhere, as we've experienced. So it depends where you are, but generally, if you find the right place, it tends to work well. If you're not a hotel guest, we've agreed with the hotel that as long as you have your badge, you have full access to hotel facilities. You have access to the main pools, the beach bars, the restaurants, anywhere you want, as long as you have your badge. You also have access to limited parking. There's 3 places where you can park. Right up front as you enter the hotel, another place in the back, and of course outside. There's several places there, but again, it's limited, so it's on a first come, first served basis. Weather expectations. Well, I think this is not surprising. We expect hot weather, and nighttime will still be, air conditioning type temperatures. Scorching sun. Please, if you're outside, always use sunscreen. I cannot count how many people got burned last week, even though we gave them this information, right? They still just ignored it anyway. My advice is please don't stay outside between 10 and 4 for longer than 15 to 20 minutes. Even with sun cream, it's going to be quite tough to avoid a sunburn. The only exception is the folklore night. We're going up a mountain, remember, and at night there it can be a little bit cool. So be ready for that difference in temperature. Is it still me? Oh, no, sorry. Yeah.
No, you get to be the good cop. I have to be the bad cop. So in terms of the presentations, we've got, as you can see, a large number of presentations. We're trying to keep all the presentations to a total of about 15 minutes between, including both the presentation time and questions. So what we're asking for the presenters, particularly when we get to the parallel sessions the next 2 days, please ask your colleagues to come to your session. Please make sure people are aware of your own session if you want them to be there. It's important that you be to your session a few minutes early. As you can see, there's an array of technology here, and they want to make arrangements to get your presentation loaded up onto the laptop before we start. Just as a reminder, because of all of this and the way the recording is working, you can't work from your own laptop. You've got to get the presentation loaded on to the laptop in the presentation room. Make sure you're rehearsing in advance so we can try to keep to this 15 minutes. And if you're finding that when you do it in front of your hotel mirror, it takes you 30 minutes, you still have time. You can fix it tonight so that we can try to keep things going. And as Raphael mentioned, we're trapped behind the podium because of the video software. We're all going to be glad later, but to the extent that we can, try to keep to the podium so that the headshot on the video will capture you and not an empty podium. There will be, would you hold one up? The session chair is going to have sheets that they're going to be holding up to help you just see if you're running short on time. And the first one will say 3 minutes, like that, and that means you have 3 minutes left. And then the next one will say 1 minute, and if that's confusing, that means you have 1 minute left. And then the last one is going to say time's up, and that means that your time is up and you really need to land the plane now. And we're going to have ask the session chairs to sit where the speakers will see them, but please try to be aware of them. Try to make arrangements to see them. For the session chairs, I want to thank you all for agreeing to do this. We'd also like you to try to be to the session a few minutes early just so you can keep tabs on things. Make sure that all the presentations have been loaded. You'll be working with the students that are organizing the video. So there's a moment of changeover in between. We try to do that during the questions period. So if you're the speaker, if you can, we're not recording the questions and answers. Feel free to step away from the podium for a moment so that the students can get in and fix things up to get them ready for the next session. Otherwise, you'll have to do that yourself to get it ready for the next presenter. And I've seen some of you on the computer. It's not pretty, so it's much better if you let them do it for you. The session chairs. We're not looking for you to make big introductions of every speaker other than to say who the next speaker is going to be and which presentation. And we would ask that you stick to the order that's shown in the guidebook. If you haven't downloaded the guidebook, there's still time. It downloads quickly from the link on the website. But because we have parallel sessions, we may have people who want to catch one paper in one session and another paper in another session. So try to present them in the order they're shown in the guidebook and try to keep to that 15 minutes so that people can reliably move back and forth between. As I said, as session chair, it's up to you to keep the speaker honest with those 3, 1, and time's up warning cards. The presentation materials, the videos will all become available. The A3s, the papers, all of that is available in the guidebook. You can also look through now and figure out which sessions you want to go to, and you click the little plus sign, it'll add them to your own personal calendar. And if you allow it to give you notifications, it'll ring or buzz or crack your wrist or whatever is appropriate to help you remember where you plan to go. It's a really handy tool. All the photos that are being taken at the different events are there. These videos become available on Guidebook immediately after, typically within about 20 minutes of the end of the session, they're all there. So if you haven't done that yet, that really is sort of your key to the world card and we really encourage it.
Okay, so just a quick round of recognition at this point of everyone who's been involved. First, of course, to Ken, who's been working hard for probably a year and a half now to get all the papers and the proceedings together. To Lilia Spoku and her colleague Krista and Georgie, who are out at the registration desk. They've done an incredible job in handling all of the administration for the conference. To our industry day chairs, and I see at least one name here at the front table, Yanis Adonisi. Thanks for organizing that event yesterday. It had rave reviews. Lucia Sobelman and Bhargav Dave. Bhargav, are you here this morning? You must be worn out from the last 2 days of summer school, clearly. Alan Hall, you all met last night at the beach club, at the beach park around the competition. We recognize Alan as well. As I mentioned, Marcus and Thais have organized are in the future organizing the special issues for the journals. Cleopatra Petruzzatu handled much of the publicity, and Professor Timo Hartmann from TU Berlin organized and arranged the video recordings. So we recognize them all. And of course, our area chairs, who I think have played a much stronger role than area chairs in the past in IGLC. And I see many of you here in the audience, so let's take by show of hands applause. I saw you walking. Yeah, perhaps stand.
Stand up.
Farouk. There is Paz at the back. Claudio, you're here. Ollie. Okay. Sophia was and Patricia, unfortunately, were unable to be with us. Frode is here. Christine.
Christine's here. Issues.
Hiding behind the column. Behind the door.
She's hiding.
Yeah, and Thais too. Yes. Hiding with Christine. Okay. We have had an incredible team of students, both from the University of Cambridge and from the Technion. Erez, Dora here, Steve Vick, who has already headed home, Shmuel Cole, Eva Agapaki, Eva, you really are you have to step up and say hello. And Roland Lu, who you all met last night at the competition. They've done an incredible job of keeping all this going and making sure it all happens. And happily, we've not missed one yet, and we hope to keep that up. Enrique Kike Valero from Harriet Watt University was very, very helpful in putting together the proceedings booklets, doing a lot of the technical work behind the proceedings. I don't have her here on the list, but Hadar, she'll be here later. She did the A3 booklets. And Bella Nguyen has been taking photographs, organizing posters, doing just about everything you could imagine to keep things moving along. So let's just have one quick round of applause for all that big team of people. And finally, we do want to thank our sponsors very, very much. They're all up there: Trimble, Autodesk, Bentley, Tidhar, Fira, Weebib, Datumate, as well as the sponsors for the prizes for the competition yesterday. Their contributions have helped us to sponsor students. We've had scholarships. Many of the students have come with scholarships from the sponsors. The competition, the summer schools were funded by Trimble. Autodesk sponsored much of the Industry Day yesterday, and Laurie will have a kind of a surprise for many of you also on Wednesday evening, I guess. So there is more to come. And you'll hear from the other sponsors at various points during the week. And of course to IGLC. We've worked with Iris and with others from IGLC to put this together. Since we voted 2 years ago to have the conference here in Crete, Larry told me that the competition was unfair in Perth because the slide showing the swimming pools and the beach here in Crete stayed up on the screen a little too long while the voting was going on. And I hope that we have fulfilled the promise that that slide presented. And please make use of it over the next few days. It really was great fun. There's nothing like, after a whole day of lectures, to jump in the pool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Just before we finish. One more thing before we go directly into the session, is we have two announcements. Announcement number one, if you have any issues for the business meeting, for the agenda, please talk to Iris today. Iris is right there. Yeah, and there is already a set of items, but there are already 3 proposals for 2019, and so we will have a full business session. So if you do have agenda items, we really need you to put them on, and we need to organize that effectively so that we can go off to the gala dinner on Wednesday on time. Second announcement is Koshin.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you guys have done such a great job and just set such a benchmark that it's something for us to try to follow next year. And if you all are wondering where the next IGLC is, we are hosting it, Professor Raghavan. And I at Chennai, India, Madras. We are from the IIT Madras, the university in the Indian Institute of Technology at Madras, and we'll be hosting it in Chennai. We can't offer as many pools as you all have, but I think there's a very, very big swimming pool that runs right through the hotel. So if we thought we would make this announcement here because many of you will not probably be here on Wednesday or Wednesday night. So if you need more information on us about the IGLC, please talk to us. We'll be around in the sessions. Also, the team you had here is fantastic, and it kind of gives us an indication of how many people we need to mobilize to get this going. Almost like a screen credits after a movie. Okay, thank you. Look forward to meeting you all.
And there's one more, and they're itching to get the next slide set up. But Froda begged me to remind you, and I forgot. Raphael mentioned we have DOI numbers for all the proceedings, and they'll all be permanent links that are recognized through Crossref. We're going to try to do that registration tomorrow, and we really need you to check all the metadata on the front page for each of your papers. So if you go into the guidebook and you click paper for each of the authors, if you'll do this for your paper, that first screen that comes up will list the metadata for your paper. Let us know if there's any error in there, and we can get that corrected before we register tomorrow. Thanks.